Everyone, welcome back to High Speed Media, and it's Thursday. The team's already working. You guys working hard? Yeah. Woo! It's a little chilly out today. It's actually raining, and so the vibe's a little weird. It's just kind of cold and gross outside. So I'm gonna hop in to some ad accounts. I'm trying to fix an Instagram account that won't connect. Good old Meta giving us the challenges today and this week. His new account, everything went fine with setting up the Facebook side of it and all that. Go to hook up the Instagram account, I just won't do it. It says there's restrictions on that account. It's all brand new. It doesn't make any sense, but we're working through it. Might even have to get in with Facebook support today. April's already working on some website stuff.
Yes, we are. Ryan and I are working away.
Well, that's cool. What do you guys...
We are working on PAC's website that came by yesterday. So we're just actually adding a members page to the group. So then people can interact and tell everyone what deals they have, because it is a real estate focused group. So then they can post in there and tell everyone like what properties they have and update the members on what they're doing. You have a good following.
And we're not using all the best stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I'll tell you that our team and us ourselves love having video content because we know that's what performs the best, and we will take that content and we'll optimize it and then get it scheduled and posted. And, we work with you. Content obviously is key in this, and the better the content, the better job we can do on our side. And like I said, we'll take that content, we'll optimize it, we'll come up with different captions, hashtags if it's needed for the platform, and schedule it. And we always work a week to 2 weeks in advance. And then if there's something that comes up that you need that is timely, then we will manipulate that schedule and get that out quickly for you. I just want you to know that you get it.
Yeah. What you just more or less explained, you know who Gary Vee is? He's like a really big entrepreneur in social media, as a gigantic agency that works with like the top companies in the world, like Pepsi and different stuff like that. He wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. So right, like give, ask, put out good content, and then when you ask, they'll tolerate the house posts. And like as you're explaining that, that's exactly what I'm thinking as you're saying that.
I do agree with you, and I think that it is a place to be, but only if you want to build a brand on there, right? And not expect anything from it. And if something does come from it, wonderful. But it's just another place to be. Now, looking at like Facebook and things like that, obviously, yes, that is where everyone is, and all types of generations are on that platform. So I can agree with you, and I see your point.
Can we try to find her TikTok? Because with everything being static on here, I'd be curious what she's even putting on TikTok. I'm going to ask you about that video because it is done very nicely. Like, that's really good work. But yeah, if you're getting all the raw content on top of that, we could definitely make micro clips of a bunch of that. Oh, yeah. So it's been
music.
Pulled.
Yeah, they pulled it.
She didn't clear the music, or one of the things you have to do with YouTube is change the music to copyright-free music for YouTube, because they will ding you. And some of our clients really like to follow the trending stuff, and then some of them just like to be very on brand, talk about their thing, kind of like podcast, beat their own drum type of a deal. But that's great to know that you're kind of whatever, right? You're willing to try whatever and go film it. Yeah, one of our best posts, kind of when we were first getting into business, there was a little coffee place going into town, in our little town right here. We're like, hey, getting ready to open, because they just put their sign on it and it took off, and then other people shared it and the local group shared it, and it was had nothing to do with social media, who we are as a company. We were just bringing information to the area, right? And then hopefully in perpetuity of that, 4 people recognized who we were and was like, oh, they do, digital marketing, social media, cool. And yes, I'm with you on that stuff. Yep, so definitely the all platforms gives us the creative space of hey, there's even this new platform that we think you should be on, whether or not that, we're pretty locked in right now, but who knows, something like TikTok wasn't around a couple years ago and now it's huge. What we like to do though is we like to lean into distribution of content because we've seen so many times we do all this work, we put a bunch of work into this reel or short or however you want to call it, short form video, and it gets like 200 views, 2,000 views, and it goes over here and gets 2 million views. And we're like, what if we would have just never posted it to that other platform? We did all the hard work, we just literally didn't distribute it to the right platform, and then vice versa. The next week, this one hits, that one doesn't, that one doesn't. And you're like, well, how would you ever have projected that? It's so random sometimes on that stuff. So that's how we would play this game with you. Obviously, we would try to like do our best projection of what do we think is best for you, and obviously leaning into some of your current audience, while like 80-20, right? Like 80% let's lean into what's done good, 20% let's play on some other platforms and see if we can find gold there for you and your brand. And then if we find some gold there, then we just need to go hard and fast at that, at whatever's working. Yeah, it's pulling data from your content, it's pulling your reviews and stuff from your Google listing, it's pulling information from your website. I just had a conversation with, like, we get recommended here locally, but how do I get recommended more nationally as a social media agency to work with? And it gave me some really weird answers of like, well, you should be recommended on this site and this site and this site. And it's a bunch of third-party like sites that, I don't know, you rank on, I guess. I'm like, I don't know if I love that, but okay, I'll take the information. But no, that's fantastic. Something that's going to be happening, I don't know if we'll see it in 26. I think we might, is some of the AI, like Gemini and or like chat starting to let you pay for ads. Like you would populate up and then it'd be paid, but organically that's great. But we're going to start seeing this like revolve around people paying into the AI platforms to be recommended above the next person. But obviously there's this organic rush right now, which is really cool. Giving you an idea where we're at, why we do the deliverables the way we are, and I like that you're like, let's be flexible with it, is there's so many agencies out there that say like, we're gonna do your marketing, and then like, that's like the umbrella approach, and you don't know if you're getting a post a week or a post a day. You're like, it falls apart for a lot of people, so I don't want you to ever think like we're not completing our job. So that's why we structured it around deliverables. Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, like we did what we were supposed to do, and then we need to work on like making sure the content's what you like, what you want, which is also fed by you, which then we should be headed in the right direction. If you send us a bunch of great content and we don't touch it, like what's currently happening with you, we're not doing our job then. Like all your best premium stuff isn't getting utilized right now, which is insane. We see two sides of that too, just like a little information. When something starts to kind of take off and get views, you want to let it breathe a little bit, but then you also want to feed some post right behind it, because now with the new algorithms and stuff, if they watch one of your videos, whether they follow you or not, it's going to start recommending other stuff to them, right? It's good, but then also, yes, let it breathe a little, but also if it takes, we actually want to shove a bunch of posts up right behind it so then it gets fed to those people too. This is nice because we can control it, because we go there a couple times a month and we can film those things, but like you said, we'll have no problem with that. So that's the cool part. Like, hey, film this, send us all the clips, we'll edit it together.
Your mindset, you're right there, so I get it.
Yeah, you'd be super easy to work with, and that's what we like, somebody that wants to lean into it with us. So, end of the week, going over everybody's ads, running through all the ad accounts, make sure everything's still running, all payment accounts are up to date, nobody's payments failed, all these types of things can turn ads off. And usually we get notifications on that, but I always do a physical check, a couple times a week on most of the ad accounts just to make sure everything's going. Kind of depends on how aggressive we are, or if they're a known account to have issues and those types of things. What I'm looking for is, is the cost per result trending up, trending down? Is it staying steady? If I'm seeing any sort of red flags, going in, looking at leads or messages that might be coming in from that, seeing if I can dig into it, see how well it's performing, seeing if it's time to change the creative, seeing if we need to update anything. Sometimes when it's running really, really good and you get like your golden ticket, you don't want to touch it. You just let it keep going and make sure it stays active and running, because it keeps producing really good results. Then sometimes you're building other ads, getting them running and seeing how they're doing. So you definitely watch them a lot more up front and make sure they're working well. And then you kind of let them breathe and do their job while trying to create other ads and, get better results from those. And then if you get a new ad that crushes it, turn that one off, turn the old ones off, and then let the new one go. So it's just kind of a process. We're looking at, daily spend, make sure we're hitting the budgets we're supposed to, making sure that Facebook or any of the platforms aren't running off with the budget. Some will spend, usually they average really, really well, but some days they'll overspend, some days they'll underspend, so they just pretty much average whatever you set them to. That's usually not too big of a deal, but it's also seeing what are we getting for that result? How much are we spending to get that result, and is that okay or is that not? If the client has the pixel plugged in, we have all the data working, usually as long as it's a good website and they have all this stuff set up, we can track all of this and implement it when they onboard, is how much are we spending to get the actual result? How much per purchase? How much per closed, lead, that type of thing. It kind of depends on their CRM, or obviously if it's like an e-com store, a lot of that data auto feeds back through and you can look directly at that. Cool, we spent $500, we got this many sales and it brought us this much money, etc. So those are all things that I'm kind of looking at as I'm looking through the ads, and then looking for fatigue, ad fatigue. If anything's not performing well, if it's not doing what we want it to do, turning that off, creating a new ad, new creative, and then again, rinse and repeat the same situation over and over again, and it's just data. Can we get it from $12 per message to $10? Can we get a $25 purchase down to $22, etc.? On and on and on. Right now, we're in a weird time where we're coming out of the holidays, so everything kind of inflated because there was so much money pumped into ads during that time. So everything looks like it wasn't performing as good compared to a few months ago because of, the extra competition that was there. But right now, we're finally starting to see like that cost per result getting better because a lot of that competition and that ad money is not there competing against theirs. So here's a look at an ad account. Not going to show you the client or anything like that, but this month, January 1st through the 8th, 17 messaging conversions, reached 6,000 different people with 16,000 impressions. So we're showing each person the ad a couple times, which landed us a cost per result of $6.62 per message. And the amount spent total was $112. This specific company usually does services for about $1,000 to $6,000 per service. So as long as one of them landed and we spent $100 to get it, fantastic. Even if we need to get double that amount of messages to get them a closed lead, still we're really, really in the green. So it just kind of gives you an idea. It really depends on the company, the person, the service, the cost of the product, whatever those is. What's the math say it needs to be, whether it's a win or a loss?
I've got some new pages done on the website for thank you pages, and I'm going to be working, I got that finally scheduled with Google for some tag implementation. Now the ad is showing the business page through the PMAX campaign. So that is appearing now, and it's getting views and people are clicking and getting directions and things like that. The messaging conversations, there's been 22 in the past 30 days and then 8 lead form submissions.
And then about to jump into a little production meeting with April and our local chamber. We're gonna help them film some videos for an upcoming campaign that'll actually be aired on TV. Okay, hey guys, so my name is James again, and this is April. We own High Speed Media. We're in Pueblo, West Colorado. We have a physical location here, commercial, with multiple employees that come in to work every day. We mostly help with social media management, on-site content creation, digital ads, that type of thing. So mostly just around management of people's social media accounts. So that's mostly what we do. Sony, like we have all Sony mirrorless, so usually we're shooting in 4K. And then talking to Danny, a lot of what we were going to do was internal here with the podcast style filming. We didn't really talk about, other than one little intro clip, filming anything outside of here. Yeah, we'll have to try to do some sort of pan transition, something to smooth into it. Great week, guys. Good week. Still finishing some stuff up, and April and I are out. I still haven't finished the vlog, so I literally put the Starlink in the car, and I'll be editing on the road up to Denver. Because we gotta go to an Avalanche game tonight, so we're cutting out a little bit early, stayed late, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in tomorrow on our Friday working some anyway.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of Colorado weather finally. It's beginning of January and we're getting hit with some snow. And publish. Woohoo! While we charge at the Tesla chargers. And now we can go get some food, go to the hockey game. Match.
Game.
Hockey.
It's a game.
Match?
Match.
It's match.
Hockey.
Game. Hockey match.
Match. Game.
That's a Google question.
Got home about 12:30 last night, in the office today, working on the vlog and a few other things. April's actually in here, I think, working on her little bench she got. The work never stops. Yep. Getting it put together?
I am. I'm reading the instructions.
And I'm about ready to upload the vlog, and I realized I didn't have an outro. So I figured I'd shoot that real quick. And since we work Monday through Thursday, you guys should see vlogs about like this, you know, Tuesday through Friday coming out. I'm debating on whether or not I would let Thursday roll into the next Monday upload, and then, I don't know. We'll see, but almost done. Gonna upload and put this clip in there, and that'll be the outro, and I'll get it exported and uploaded. So if you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video.